Well, okay, what did you say? You need the courage and the what?
The courage. What did I say about courage?
You said
I
you need
said
the courage and the...
I said courage is fear said with prayers.
And you also said you need courage and vagina.
Vagina. Oh, I mentioned the word vagina because I didn't want to say balls. I didn't. You know, I feel like that feminine energy is very, very strong. I think that for so long we have sort of just relegated it to the ashes, that all those things like vulnerability and nurturing and community are sort of not valued, sort of weak. And I like to bring it from the ashes. I think that they actually are very powerful.
I'm serious about this. Have you ever given a bad speech? No way, no how. I've seen you make so many acceptance speeches. Nobody wants to follow you, by the way.
Oh,
Chrissy Teigen was like, please, no.
Yeah, she really set me up bad. I have to talk to Chrissy Teigen about that. I actually was sitting there just absolutely relishing. There's just so many warriors out there.
Yes.
There's so many people living a life bigger than themselves. It's
Do
great.
you feel that? She was talking about being not intimidated, but inspired. Do you still feel that in your life, especially in a night like tonight, surrounded by all these women?
Absolutely. I'm inspired by my daughter.
Yes.
I'm inspired, you know, it's like Kerry Washington said to me on set. She said, Viola, sometimes our children come into our lives to teach us something. And Genesis is so extroverted. She teaches me so much every day. She inspires me. And sometimes I have to say, my past inspires me.
Yeah.
You know?
Does she know what a boss woman her mom is? Or what's neat is this is all she will ever know. Like, how fantastic is that?
She said to me once, you know, Mommy, that I'm proud of you. I thought it was so
That's
sweet.
the greatest thing of all time. Ellen Pompeo just said to me about her daughter, don't let anybody tell you you can't be exactly what you want to be. Are you constantly saying this kind of stuff to Genesis? No one decides who you're going to be but you. And
absolutely. And also the thing that I tell my daughter is the most beautiful parts of her are her heart and her head. Because I think that so many people use the pretty, beautiful thing with girls as if that's their only value, as if it's a value.
Yes.
So when it's not there or if it's not pumped up, then they have nothing. I don't want my daughter to feel that. I want her to feel that her character is the thing that's going to really work for her in her future, and their authenticity. I say that to her all the time. She said, I know.
she's like,
I
Mom,
know,
I'm 8 and I
know,
got this.
know."
They're so smart, so
Yeah.
young. Was she going, did she like to act? Is art part of her background?
She only likes to act if she's the lead in the role.
Well, that's what we want from her.
I know, but I'm like, Genesis, Genesis.
We always talk about seeing you on the red carpet, and I love you and your family and your husband. Michelle Obama was just, in her book, talking about what a phenomenal marriage they have, but they work on it constantly. They've been to therapy. Why does it work with you and your husband?
Why does it work? First of all, I think I made the most extraordinary choice with Julius.
What a sweet thing to say. That is the best.
So you start with a great choice, and it was a God-given choice. I prayed for a football player, ex-football player who was beautiful and big and probably had a life before me, came from the South, and I met Julius, who's ex-football player, came from Texas, had children. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
it was sort of perfect. But what works with us is that our values are the same. I mean, there's a lot of other different things, but the core values of what we want from the world and our feelings of wanting to be significant are the same.
Viola looks at you, I'm telling you, you make me want to be a better person. I'm like, I got to start doing more, being more. You have this thing about you. And your director, Steve McQueen, said about you, you recognize yourself in Viola. It's like looking at yourself in the mirror. Where does that come from?
I don't know. That's a better question for him. But I do, I think that truth is our greatest weapon. I think that's what we're called to do as actors, is to tell the truth. I think a lot of times we filter our characters in order to meet the expectation of the audience that's coming in with the Diet Coke and the popcorn and the Sour Patch Kids. And that's a disservice because art was created to make people feel less alone. That's its healing powers. I guarantee you, any movie that touched you in your life, that transformed in your life, is something where you recognized yourself, where you felt less alone. Some movie, it doesn't matter what that movie is, or what that play was, or what that piece of art was. And I want to be that. Sort of, that's my narcissism.
Widows already getting buzz for you. The opening scene, you and Liam, the bedroom scene. It looked hot. Was there any good scoop on this?
Listen, the only good, I'll tell you what the good scoop was. Good scoop was I was terrified. That was a good scoop. I was terrified. I
You
was
were
like,
not terrified.
oh my God. Okay, imagine meeting an actor for the first time in bed with cameras around you, with your director saying, more tongue.
Oh God, I'd be freaking out. Was Liam funny about it? Was he? Could
He
you
was
laugh?
completely cool about it, and thank God, because I was not. I mean, the fact that that scene works, you know, is just our dedication. Is he could not have been more lovely, and I really feel that this is it's revolutionary to see two sort of middle-aged women, the interracial aspect of it, two people, and the only significance of that scene is to see a couple in love, you know, and that's how far we've gotten.